What's up guys, my name is XANAA and today a random booze bottle challenged me to a game of rock, paper, scissors and the loser has to make a video about Need for Speed Undercover. Damn it!
So, as the title suggests, this entire video is a playthrough of Need for Speed Undercover for specifically the Wii. If you're unfamiliar with this version of Undercover, this is the 6th gen version made for the PlayStation 2 and Wii consoles, not the 7th gen version that is basically this. Now this first level we're doing is basically just the opening level and the only time you ever get to play it, and it's just to get a grasp and a simple understanding of the game. One thing I want to mention right now is that I'm playing this on medium difficulty and that this isn't a 100% run but rather a unlock all vehicles run and then playing the game from start to finish. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because in recent playthroughs of the game I haven't been able to consistently unlock every vehicle due to the game being unpolished, and this playthrough is a consistent method of unlocking every car there is. I'll explain it later. So we have our 4 starter cars here. The only 2 that are worth choosing between are the Nissan or the Mitsubishi. Then we get to choose between 3 different events. 2 of them are sprint race events, and those are the ones I'll be choosing. And here I'll explain why I bought the Mitsubishi. It's faster but more difficult to maintain your speed throughout the corners, so that's why I've chosen these freeway sprint race events that are all throughout the first stages of the game. I'd say both cars are actually on par with one another, but I prefer to be able to keep up with the rubber banding AI, and the Nissan doesn't do a good job with that on these types of events. If the AI does pester you and is able to keep up with you, all you gotta do is just give them a tap and block them off, that's it. Then the other sprint race. Here you see they all pass me, but you could rely on them making mistakes from time to time, and here I wanted to talk about why I'm doing this. While I encourage everyone to play this game at their own pace and, you know, like, do whatever you want, again, this is just how I play the game, and it's a playthrough purposely to unlock every vehicle in the game the way I know, and my Let's Play I did 3 years ago on this game is really cringe, and I feel like this personally is a much more consumable playthrough of this game. Then we'll have 4 more events to our avail, and we'll be doing this timed circuit event and 2 more sprint races. Now, as it's kinda difficult to maintain speed with the Mitsubishi, you're just going to have to play the game at a pretty cautious level, and for me personally, since I'm playing this with a rear mode, I can manage it pretty well, to be honest. The only thing you gotta watch out for in this event is just not hitting the wall at the end right here. With the first sprint race here, the AI on the straight can be quite tedious to deal with, as in they'll rubber band away, or get a better exit from the corner entering into the straight. And in this next sprint race you'll start to notice that the AI are quite quick to gain speed on these motorways, but if they happen to pass you, luckily the event is pretty short. Then we have the Diamond Bridge Sprint. Now at this point, if you have been struggling with both cars, I suggest you upgrade your car with the best nitro package there is. I wouldn't say the AI are impossible to win against on this event, but it would really help you out if you needed it. For both the Mitsubishi and the Nissan, the nitro race package costs 22k, but I like saving that money for a different car we'll be purchasing later on. And for beating this event, we have our first vehicle group unlocked, and we'll be doing our first wanted event. It's as simple as it looks on screen, and about the previous vehicle unlock, you can also save up for this Renault Clio if, again, you feel like you need a new car as soon as possible. All other cars unlocked aren't really worth buying in my opinion, but you'll always unlock this group of vehicles. We'll try getting rid of some cop cars by driving into this obstacle that will allow us to get away safely by driving into the safe zone. Next up we got a timed circuit, which is as simple as it sounds. The AI might intimidate you, but there really isn't that much of a challenge, and this is when I want to mention to you that obviously you unlock each certain event like in a group. So by meeting the rank criteria and then also beating the amount of events needed, you'll be able to move on. It's pretty easy to understand how to progress further, but I still wanted to bring it up because the order I'm doing each event in doesn't matter. Here we have this Outrun event, and this is a type of event you can easily exploit bad AI programming. Through this part of the map, AI cars and even cop cars will often just not know what to do, and that's that. Now here we have a lap knockout event. The person in last gets eliminated each lap. The only problem they may cause you is, again, them just being kinda glued onto you. All I gotta say is pay attention to the traffic cars and don't hit them. At this point, we're just gonna be checking up on a rank here. I know for a fact the Lap Knockout and the Tall Buff event will both give you 2500 rank when beating them. And say if I had 28,000 rank here, it wouldn't be enough to pass on to the next event. If that's the case, play the Wanted event instead so that you're saving yourself some time, but I happen to have enough rank here in order to play the Tall Buff and then move on to the next event. I don't really have anything to say about the Tall Buff, it's just a time trial event in disguise and it's pretty simple. Next up we have a Highway Battle. These events you'll catch the AI notoriously rubber banding, but you'll almost always catch them back. Now there's two winning conditions. One is outpacing the AI and then just winning on time by being in the lead, and that's what happened here. Here we have a Wanted Wreck event because it's the only other event there is left to do. Destroy the cop cars and escape by exploiting their eye. Easy peasy. The next up is our first driver job. You're just driving from A to B and the only thing you'll have to watch out for is your health bar on the top. You're meant to drive to the bridge, but in this playthrough the game respawned me close to the bridge due to a cop falling off the bridge into the water. And the game will just always respawn you close to the bridge if anything ever falls into the water. But all you gotta do is just pass this point in front of the bridge and you'll clear the level. Once we pass the event, we'll unlock our second vehicle group, which unlocks cars up to the Porsche Cayman. Now at this point I'll be purchasing my first vehicle, the RX-7, which I'll be using for the biggest portion of the game, and with the money I have left I bought the best nitro package and any other affordable upgrade. Now the three other vehicles I can recommend you could possibly also purchase are either the Cayman, the Elise, and the RX-8. But they aren't ever any better than the RX-7, and even if they're fully upgraded, so choosing these vehicles you'd only really do if you just really like them much better. After that we unlock a whole lot of new events to complete, and we'll be doing this highway battle first. In this instance I battled with him throughout the city part of the event, but was able to come out on top once we were both on the freeway. We then do the next two races, which are a sprint race and a timed circuit race, and immediately you can tell the difference the RX-7 makes, and yeah, it's kind of balanced fantastically in everything. We pass both events pretty effortlessly, and after that we'll be doing an escape event. For this all we gotta do is drive to the safe house and hope the cops drive by. Then Carmen wants to challenge us or whatever, and we'll just do that. Again, we'll be making an example out of AI exploiting. This one is a bit more dependent on good RNG, so the best way I can explain it that in this event, if you mess around enough with this bridge, Carmen's AI will become so defunct that usually you'll just be able to outpace her here. The game will try and respawn you to also try and respawn her, and the rubber banding will allow her to respawn back up again. But this seems to never be able to happen more than a total of 3 times, and you can win from either leaving her there beneath the bridge or I guess just breaking her AI completely. Then next up we have a Wanted Wreck event, which consists of us just having to tag police cars. Once we do so, we can again exploit their AI at this point of the map. We then have a Tall Buff event, and this one really isn't interesting. After the event, I upgraded my car again, and we'll have our next driver job to complete. We'll have to again be cautious with the car as we're given a health bar, but still evade the police. Once you've done so, you'll need to drive to this point of the map, and you're golden. After that I did the Knockout event, which was pretty simple to complete, and did the Wanted event in order to pass the rank criteria to unlock the next set of events. Nothing interesting really happened. I tagged all the cop cars and evaded them at the bridge. Then we'll have a highway battle, and we happen to outpace the opponent and then do a sprint race. After that we have our third driver job, the run. Now this event is another instance of the AI having a ridiculous amount of rubber banding. Again, it's an A to B style type of event, but you'll have to avoid being hit by the rival. You'll have to make sure you use your speed breaker well timed in order to avoid him, but you'll make it to the end quicker than you think. Then we have a Tall Buff, and I chose to do the Wanted event so we meet the rank criteria. We clear both events, upgrade our car, and then clear out the next events until we move on to the next 2 driver jobs, which are taking out Zach and Hector. I'd say Hector is a bit more tricky tricky to take out, but usually he has a certain set trajectory to go through this town and then to the freeway. As for Sack, he won't brake check you as much, just only to dodge traffic, and the way I tackle these guys down is by using my speed breaker when crashing into them. You may have seen me using it on cop cars, but I think it's more effective. After taking them both out, we unlock a third vehicle group that unlocks vehicles up to the skyline. Once again, you should be guaranteed to unlock these vehicles every single time, and you could buy either the Evo or Skyline, and fully upgrading them will make them have better acceleration and handling, but they'll still not have a greater top speed. And again, I prefer saving money. So at this point in the career, ranking is gonna start being really weird, so I recommend you saving here and then not saving until later. I have auto-saving turned off, by the way, which you have to disable when you create your save file, or you can disable it in the options menu. So first off, we have an Outrun event. Just by luring him down the edge, we can just drive off. Then we have a wanted wreck event, in which we just have to drive past 2 roadblocks. After that, we have a photo challenge, and it's as simple as it sounds. Then we have 2 driver jobs we can choose between, but I'll be picking Highway Havoc. All you gotta do is stay on the freeway and keep the cops occupied, so what I do is just drive up till this point, and after 2 minutes you'll be able to go back to the safe house and pass the event. We then do a timed circuit event and a wanted event. For the wanted event, all we have to do is just drive 5 cop cars, and we can quite easily get to 5 and evade them. After that, we do a highway battle, and as you guys have noticed so far, it's pretty one-way in terms of completing events. But we're almost at 40% where things are gonna start getting weird. After completing the highway battle, there will be a lap knockout and a wanted event. For the wanted event, we need to tag 12 cop cars and evade them. This can be quite tricky to do in this area, but it's possible. Completing those events will allow us to unlock 2 driver job events we both need to play. Redline is an event where we must pick up a package in time without destroying Rose's car, and it's the only time you ever get to drive in a car with unlimited nitro, although you can't allow the car to overheat. Bait and Switch, on the other hand, is an event where we have to drive to this car park, bait the cops to chase a different colored decoy, and then evade the cops and go home. Again, without taking too much damage. Now, depending on your rank here, you need to choose which event you need to play. You can check the amount of rank a event contains by zooming in on that event. In this situation though, I need to play the Wanted Escape event. We'll just need to avoid 7 spike strips and then drive to safety. Yeah, I guess they just didn't see me here, I don't know bro. And once we finish that event, we'll be doing the sprint race. And then we have the most notoriously broken driver job event in this whole game. Outrun Carmen. Now, we'll be using AI exploiting, and to everyone saying they have an impossible time beating this event, all you have to do is drive to the spot on the freeway and trick her AI. Make sure you save nitro once we outpaced her, because we'll need it in order to catch up to the Chinese mob chasing after her. Now, you can basically one-hit kill all of them, but you only need to destroy 2. Going after the third one and taking them out in this playthrough would level up our rank too far, and so we would skip the vehicle unlock which comes after this event. Think of it this way, if you were level 1 and you beat an event that gives you too much XP that would make you pass level 2 and takes you straight to level 3, if level 2 was you unlocking something, it just skips over the unlock and you don't get anything. That's what you need to be careful for. But in this case, we did it and we unlocked the DB9 vehicle group. Then we have a highway battle. There's not much to this event other than I got him at the end, but followed after that, there will be a driver job. Grandtheft 5-0. For this one you'll have a cop car and have to take out other criminals while the cops chase you, much like how you can with any other cop car in your garage. Afterwards there will be a sprint race. Nothing really happened other than halfway in the event I hit a cop car and had to waste time evading them. Then there's also a wanted bounty event, and all we gotta do for this one is bag 50k, which we can do from just simply hitting this structure when there's plenty of cops around it, and here I just got lucky and none of them randomly spawned. Then we'll be doing Burgess Bounty. Now again, keep an eye out for how much rank you're earning. Now I did this event because I knew there was a 100k rank difference between this level and the next one. So I'm at 857k out of 863k. And again we managed to evade the cops relatively easy. So now we're at 920k. Then we'll be doing a timed circuit event. Only piece of advice would be make sure you slow down and use your speed breaker when you're about to hit this bump. So after that, I'm at 936k out of 963k, and we'll have 2 driver jobs available, and I don't think it matters, but personally I always go for the tag your it driver job. For this one you'll just need to hit the cops and then chase after the other guys on the map. Then in this playthrough I was at 1,056k rank out of just shy of passing the rank criteria, but we have to also play this driver job first. This one is Hornet's Nest. It's just you driving around to a police station dropping off a package. Then the police will follow you, but you just have to go to the safe house again. Then once we've beaten the event, I was overranked without even touching the new events, but I didn't skip the level, and that allowed us to unlock what I believe to be the most difficult vehicles to properly unlock. So we unlocked the Dodge Viper, Porsche 911 Turbo, and the Lamborghini Gallardo. And this will be the last vehicle I usually purchase in a playthrough. Now obviously we've saved up enough money to fully upgrade this bad boy, and I also gave it a little bit of swag, and that should be the most difficult part of ranking taken care of. There are still 2 vehicle groups left to unlock, but usually I always get them. So first off we'll be doing a quick Outrun event. Again, we can just fool the AI into driving down there. Then we'll do a circuit race, which doesn't have much to it. Then I did this wanted wreck event because that will put us closer to passing the next rank level. Yeah, the number you see, the rank say, doesn't make any bit of sense to me, so just ignore it. And as you can see in the wanted event, we just have to make work of police, and while we're in this pursuit, I wanted to tell you why the Viper. And that's simple. It has the highest top speed in the game, and still has a really decent amount of acceleration to it. But yeah, the handling is something you're just gonna have to deal with. So then we've beaten the event, and I was set back basically still 100k behind the set rank criteria, so I did a sprint race and beat it easily. Then I did the highway battle, almost won twice, but the AI was a cheeky respawning bitch, and then I won on time. Then I did the photo challenge, and all we had to do was just pass it. Yeah, and then because I was just ever so slightly below the rank criteria, I ended up doing one of the first events in the game that would just earn me an extra 2k rank. Then we have a driver job event, steal Chawu's car. In this event, you're driving a Shelby GT500 to Sunset Hills, and the only thing you really have to watch out for is your health meter. When you're in the town section, you won't have to lose the cops because you can just drive into the garage and succeed in passing the event, and after beating it, we unlock the second to last vehicle group.
Woo, thank God. I mean, who would have guessed I'd go with paper, right?
From this vehicle group unlock, you could get the CO6 if you really wanted to. It just has a bit better acceleration than the Viper, and it's the best handling vehicle in the game, but the Viper still has the greatest top speed in the whole game, so make of it what you will. We still have a game to finish though. Next up we have 3 events to pass. I did the lap knockout. The game kinda got me fucked up when I just did a flip from clipping into a wall, but otherwise the game has it together. Then I did the sprint race, which didn't take long. I did the wanted escape event, which was basically just make the pursuit last for 6 minutes. Now the other wanted event takes me longer to do, it's destroying cop cars, but that's why I chose this event, and all you need to do is just go to my favorite spot, the bridge, and just keep it parked here until the timer runs out. Then we have 5 events we need to pass. The first one I did was an outrun event, and basically drove to this underground sewerish area where you can do some AI exploiting, but I outran him before I could even get there, so yeah. Then I did a sprint race and a tall buff event, followed by a circuit race and a photo challenge in the sewers I was talking about earlier. And that's where the game's longevity sorta dies down. After doing those 5 events, we'll have to just take down both Nickel and Rose, and this is exactly what you can expect at this point. Just get on with it and take them out. Once we've taken them both out, we'll also need to take down Gmac, like so, and we'll unlock our final vehicle unlock there is in the game. And just for fun, because I drive these cars so little, I bought myself a Zonda. And there it is, you've done it. We've unlocked every car there is in the game, and if you did it incorrectly, your game can look like this.
Okay, rematch. Fuck!
Right, so not many events left now. First off, we have an Outrun event, and we'll be going to the sewers to try and evade him by exploiting his AI, but yeah, no, we just outpace him. Then we have a sprint race, and here it might become apparent how much slower the Zonda is to the Viper. Then we got a bounty event, destroy literally everything, and then we have a timed circuit event. Yeah, it's really simple, but it's a short event. Then we gotta do our final set of regular events. Starting off with a highway battle, I scrabbled with the AI a little, and that's it, he just couldn't keep up. Then we do a sprint race and a timed circuit race, and to end it off, a wanted escape event. Avoid 10 spike strips. Okay, and then a driver job. We get to drive a car the entire game is like centered around, and what you do is drive it from A to B while avoiding the police. Once you've evaded them, they'll be off your back though, and you can just drive to your safe house without any issue. And then lastly, chase down Chase. Being betrayed by Chase Lynn, she drives off as she sends police after us. However, I got incredibly lucky and she had an awful getaway, so yeah, we just ended here and that's the game.
Right, so that's gonna be it. Verdict, outro. Well, I did it. I know I could do it. It just took a lot less longer than I personally thought it would. In fact, ridiculously long, because I did about 100 playthroughs of the game. Over and over. I'm not lying, you are. And to sum everything up, I guess, I mean, I still love this game, I can breeze right through it, but playing this game over and over and over, it will become apparent to you how really, like, taped together everything is, and you know, it's kind of struggling to hold it together. That's basically this game. So I mean, if you've seen what you liked and enjoyed, then you know, leave a like, and see you in the next video. Peace out.